So one question I've reflected on this week is, how can someone make so many good starts towards a goal, seemingly be making progress, and then all of a sudden just fall straight back down into old habits and go back to the results that they've always been getting? And I've had some clarity around this. I've been thinking about the example of the thermostat or the autopilot. We all know what this is. The thermostat sets the temperature. Say for example, when you've got a heating system in the house, and if you're at the room's at 16 degrees Celsius and you want it to go to 22 degrees, you put on the heater rises, the heat continues to rise, it gets to 22. As soon as it hits 23, it falls back down again. Goes to 22, then as soon as it goes to 21, it starts up again, and it keeps you around that 22 degrees, within 1 or 2 degrees the whole time. And it's the same with an autopilot in a plane as well. You're flying at a certain altitude, and as it dips down, it corrects it. As it goes above that, it corrects it, but it is set to a certain altitude to keep the plane in that place. And that is so much like our subconscious minds and our beliefs. Your success and my success will only ever be in proportion to the beliefs that we hold. I'm talking about our strongest subconscious beliefs, not our moment by moment thoughts. And if we see ourselves as a healthy or successful, whatever your goal may be, person, that's the place that you're going to get to. But if you see yourself as an unhealthy person, if you see yourself as someone that isn't going to achieve success, then you're just as sure to get to that place as well. And what I've seen in myself is that when I've crashed and I've hit a low with my health and I've had to build back up again, it becomes so unacceptable. It becomes so completely unacceptable that I will do whatever it takes to build back up again. I'll put in the hard work. I'll put in the discipline because my autopilot's here. But as soon as I start to get to this place, all of a sudden, your subconscious mind, with that belief that you hold, it allows you to just relax. You start to take shortcuts. You start to feel like it's more acceptable being in this place than in this place. And then what happens is inevitably you do too much, you become complacent until you start to fall back down again, and the process starts all over again. Anytime you rise above that level, it's so easy to just use that energy and to just waste it on things that you don't need to. I think to myself, I've got more energy, so now I can look at this for a bit longer or work on this a bit longer. Whereas once you change your belief and you set your autopilot or your thermostat from here to here, then all of a sudden this doesn't become acceptable any longer. And not only when you're down here will you put in the hard work, but when you're here, you're going to continue to put in the hard work and discipline until you get to up here. And that's the key. It's not willpower. It's not trying harder. It's not implementing new things necessarily. You don't have to live perfectly to achieve any particular goal, but it's about being anchored in your beliefs and what you're willing to accept about where you're going to be in your life. It can be with health, it can be with finances, it could be with relationships, it can be with anything at all. You have to reprogram the belief that you have. And that's what I've been doing this week. I've been really focusing on this, and I've been saying to myself, okay, Matt, you've built up well, you're feeling good, or you're feeling better. Don't waste that energy. Set your eyes on where you want to go, not on the things that you can do now because you've got a bit more energy. And in doing that, I've just consciously reminded myself morning, afternoon, evening that this is my goal. This is the thermostat that I'm setting for my life. This is the autopilot that I'm setting for my life. And I'm not allowing myself to stay in this place. It's great that I'm here, but I'm going to continue moving up and up and up. And then that changes your paradigm and your mindset. And it gives you that impetus and that motivation and that perspective from which you're going to continue to do the right things over and over and over and over again, even if it's boring, because all of a sudden being here was acceptable. Now it's not acceptable. Being here is where you want to be, and you're going to continue to do the things that are going to get you from here to here. So that's what I wanted to share this week. I've seen some improvements. I've done more in the last week than I've been able to do. When I started this series, I was on my back, laid out, really just building up again. In the last week, I've been able to do a 45-minute walk on a walking trail. I've done a 1 hour live stream on my other Christian channel, Line of Fire Ministries. I've attended classes this week. I drove myself to an appointment in the city yesterday. I've spent more time working on certain things, and it feels great. It feels great to be progressing, but I'm really telling myself now that this is not the end goal. This is only a part of the way to where I want to be. So I'm taking pauses during the day. I'm getting off of technology. I've got someone that's keeping me accountable, and I know the direction that I want to head in, and I'm going to give it everything. So this is my lesson for today. This is my lesson for this week, and I just only want to grasp hold of this truth because it's going to change everything. So for you, whether you are recovering also from an illness, whether you have another goal, it might be weight loss, it might be fitness, it might be something to do with work, anything that you're working towards, you want to be clear about where you want to get to, the end goal, and you want to make sure that you're willing to pay the price to get there. That anything else is completely unacceptable, and until you get to that place, you'll never get there. But once you do get to that place, the autopilot, the thermostat, it'll project you higher, and you will get to that place. So I hope that this video has been helpful for you today. It's been such a great revelation for me this week, such an empowering revelation. And I look forward to getting back to you in a week and telling you the further progress that I've made. Good health, friends, and we'll talk to you soon. If you like this video, give it the thumbs up below. Be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any new videos. Feel free to leave any comments or questions below, and don't forget to share with your friends.